Fester YouTube channel. Time to show off a new acquisition. Yep. It's a Rhodes Jackson. Not a super expensive one. X series. Musician's friend wants $550 for these. This one's used. I traded a guitar for it. It was one that I had traded for my nephew with one that I had bought on clearance for 175 bucks. And I got 125 on the trade for it, so net loss of 50, but not really, because this was 300 used and it is in mint condition, and they go for 550 new. Manufacturer suggested retail $750. Yeah, right. Features. It's got Jackson tuners. Well, they're good ones. I think they're made by Godot. They look like Godot. They work really well. Of course, the shark tooth purloid. It came stock with Duncan Design pickups, which, if you know me, you know I usually swap out my pickups for a little more professional grade pickups, and a lot of times I don't change the neck pickup because I mostly play the bridge. So I could just put like a regular Duncan on the bridge, right? But I don't need to. Previous owner did that. Previous owner did a lot of stuff. Took awesome care of this thing. Not a mark on it. It was set up to perfection. There weren't even really hardly fingerprints on it. There's no dings, no dents, no anything. It is a neck through. It's a maple neck through with basswood sides. It's got a Tone Pros locking bridge. That comes standard on them, though. That wasn't an upgrade. But switch. Took this apart, took a little look. Switchcraft style, but it is the Asian one. These are really good quality pots. They're full sized. It doesn't say what kind they are on them, but they work really smooth. And the interesting thing is the tone control for the neck pickup has the stock little cheapy gumdrop little looking cap in it, but the one for the Duncan they put at the bridge, there's an Emerson in there, and the soldering was done really neat. It's like quality work. Well, there's an interesting thing about this too, is how the jack goes into the back there. That's cool. Anyways, real quality work. The pickup was put in well, everything neat, tidy. And I'm tending to think this wasn't do-it-yourself, because I think they paid to have somebody do it. Why? Because the strings that were on it, they weren't trimmed. And I don't mean they weren't trimmed like there was ends sticking out or they were coiled up. I mean every inch of the string was wound onto the post. There was like about 6 or 8 windings in every post. So it tells me whoever put the strings on probably wasn't real handy with doing stuff. I don't know, maybe it's somebody that likes to wind 8 windings on their posts. I tend to go with 3 myself. Anyways, but the work was done very neat, and it looks like it hasn't been played. Serial number. It's in the end of the last fret there. I don't know if you can see it or not. And if we want to go with the first 2 numbers being the year, which we'll just assume, never assume, right? We'll just assume it's 2012, which it makes sense. So if this thing's 5 years old and doesn't have a mark on it, doesn't look like it's been played. I saw it online that they had it. I got it at Guitar Center. That's a whole other story what I traded into for another day. It was an obscure guitar. They couldn't find it. Told me they couldn't take it because they couldn't put a label on what it was. So I had to leave and figure out what it was for myself, and then come back and tell them what it was. And by the time I got back, they're like, "Good news, we figured out what it is." So anyways, I got my money for it, and like I said, it didn't cost me crap because I traded a guitar that I paid 175 bucks for it. And in the end, instead of having a guitar that would sell for $300 new, I got one that sells for $550 new. So I'm a happy camper. You know, that plus another 175 out of pocket. I got one that sells for $5.50 new. I never ever would have thought I would have liked the Rhodes because of the tiny body, and I'm, if you don't know, I'm a good sized guy. But I played it, and it just, you know, when you play that guitar and the neck's just perfect for you, you can't put it down. It's like it's playing itself. So it's one of those. The Duncan design of the neck's not bad. Like I said, I don't use the neck. So I'll give you a little sample how it sounds like though. But I'll be down here all day. You know, that's where I live anyways. I'm not sure, I could have popped it out to see what kind of Duncan it is. I got JBs, it could be a JB. Sounds a lot like my JBs. Could be a little hotter though, I'm not sure. I think it sounds like a JB to me. TR out.